The artificial intelligence revolution is here. How does it impact real estate? How can you use it to your advantage? We're going to talk about ChatGPT today. I'll be the first to admit, I was pretty skeptical when I first heard of using AI for my business, or I actually heard some people talking about using AI to create a business. So I went into it really with a level expectation of, I'm going to get nothing out of this. But I decided to play around specifically with ChatGPT to see, do I think there's any way that I can use this? So what I want to talk about is the top 5 ways that I've identified to use ChatGPT to your advantage. So let's dig in. If you haven't had a chance to already, I would appreciate it if you could subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends. It means the world to me, and it will certainly help this page out. Number 1, using ChatGPT to create captions for your social media posts. All too often, when I'm coaching real estate agents every day to use social media in their business as a tool, the number one hesitation or barrier for them to finding success is they don't feel like they have the time to commit to social media. It might be in the actual video creation, it might be in the captions, it might be all of it together, but time is the most valuable resource. Let's say you're lacking creativity that day, you need some help creating a post. You could go into ChatGPT and say, write a post about buying a home for the first time. And boom, in seconds, you now have an outline of a post that you can take, use in your everyday life, and keep your platform rolling forward. We talk all the time about consistency in growing a brand and staying consistent with how you post. This gives you the ability to create many captions, many post ideas without really having to use a lot of brain power and without having to use a lot of time to actually script them out, write them out, etc. Which leads me to the second idea. If we know that it can create the actual scripts for our post, why not just ask it what post to create? If you're struggling with what videos should I make this week or what ideas are most relevant right now, go to ChatGPT and literally type in 5 content ideas for real estate videos this week. And boom, you're going to get search results. This thing is incredibly powerful. So if you're sitting there and you are racking your brain, you can't come up with ideas about what's relevant or what to talk about, go to a source that can scour the internet for you, give you an idea of what's being searched, what's relevant, what's trending next to real estate, because that's what we're typing in, and take those ideas as your new guidelines for content creation moving forward, right? This now creates or replaces that Sunday planning period many people do when they're planning out the week and planning out their content. You could just do it in seconds on ChatGPT and then take that and run. It's extremely powerful. Idea number 3, I love scripting. I don't always use scripting. For example, when I'm on the phone, I try to just have a natural conversation. But I'm big on text follow-up with my clients, particularly when it's a new client. I'm just trying to make sure that I stay top of mind and relevant with them. It's difficult to come up with scripts that make sense or to type out text for every single client in some cases. And what this does is make it extremely easy to come up with the same message across mediums that you can deliver to your clients. So if part of your follow-up strategy is email, text, phone call, I don't know, a video message too, right? You're going to hit them in every angle. This can be integrated to make sure that you're staying consistent across the platform. So first we'll go in and we'll say, write a follow-up email for a client I met at an open house. Great. Now that's done that, write it as if it's a text. Boom. Now I have the version that I could send for text, right? Write it in the form of a script that I could read in a video. Boom. Now I have 3 mediums covered. ChatGPT took seconds to do that for me. This is the real value of what we're talking about here. People pay lots of money for copywriting and for the ability to come up with creative writing or creative scripting for what they do every single day. And while this probably isn't perfect, it's an incredible start to get you down the path to compete with those people. And you don't have to spend money to do it. So leverage the technology that's there and then tweak it. Speaking of tweaking it, this next one may be the most powerful way to do this and save time as a real estate agent. Number 4, use this to write listing descriptions. I don't know about you. I love every property that I represent, and I despise writing the listing description. I don't know what it is. It's the idea that I have to come up with something final for that property. There's so many different words that you can put in. I'm constantly debating within myself on how I want to say certain things. I just don't like approaching that process. It gives me a mental headache every single time. This makes that easy. Go to ChatGPT and write a property description for it, and I'm just going to copy an address in here for one of my listings. Here we go. Look, it's not perfect. You're probably going to have to tweak it a little bit. You certainly want to check in to make sure that you're not out of regulation with your local MLS or anything like that. But I now have the script, the outline for a listing description. I don't have to come up with it out of the blue. It just saved me so much time. It saves me the headache. This is an incredibly powerful way to at least get a jump start on things, even if you're not going to use it in its final way. Finally, and this one it just makes sense to me, blog content. So many people try to start a blog, but what it takes is consistent posting, and it's difficult to want to write every day, to be creative enough to write every day. And oftentimes, even in the most experienced and well-followed blogs, we have a lot of filler content, right? Because there are just days where not that much is happening or there's not that much exciting news to share. So you have to constantly find creative ways to share things, even though you might not have the creative will to do it. Using ChatGPT to write blogs only makes sense. Here's the basis of what this is. It's scouring the internet for the best resources available to help create something. So if we're thinking about SEO and a blog trending well, this app is scouring the internet to write a blog on the topic you tell it to using the best sources available in the internet. It's like naturally created from the best SEO available to be the best SEO blog available. So even if you're not going to, I don't want you to just go start a ChatGPT blog. Nobody's going to read a ChatGPT blog because it's not interesting, really. Or maybe it is, but that might be its own endeavor and experiment on its own. But what you can do is, again, use this as creative filler. When you wake up, you know you want a blog post that day. You may even have a relative idea about what, but you don't have the creative will to write it, and you just don't know what to say. Start here. Start with ChatGPT. ChatGPT, write me a blog post about selling a home in Chicago. Boom, seconds. And then go in and tweak and use this to grow your business. So what do you think? This is the list of 5 that I came up with. I'm sure there are many more use cases and applications that I miss, and I would love to hear about those from you. Comment below, how are you using AI? How are you using ChatGPT in a way to impact your business, grow your business, or even start a new business? The AI revolution is here. Let's ride that wave to success.